What's up everybody, it's Matt from Peter Glenn, and in this video we're going to show you what you should do with your gear right when you get home after a long day of riding. Let's check this out. Okay, you just had a great day at the hill, you get home, you're tired, and you got a bunch of wet, snowy gear that you want to store and make sure that it is 100% ready to go for the next time. So right off the bat, we're gonna start with the board. So let's move the bag out of the way. And with the board, this is super easy. We wanna make sure that we keep it in a dry place. You don't have to take the bindings off or do anything special there. The main thing that we wanna do is we wanna make sure that it's as dry as possible. So brush any snow off of it that you can, and then flip it upside down, grab yourself a rag, and we wanna wipe down the edges. Just make sure that those edges are as dry as possible. Then from there, I just like to take it and set it someplace where it's kind of standing up, and then that way any snow that melts off of it is just gonna melt right to the floor. Obviously make sure that it's somewhere where you don't mind if the floor gets wet. If so, put a towel underneath it, something like that. But again, just let everything drip off of the board and make sure those edges are dry so they don't rust up. And then from there, we get into all the rest of our gear, which I have everything right here in this bag. And the thing with a lot of this stuff is a lot of people always complain about how their snowboard gear stinks. And 9 times out of 10, probably even more than 9 times out of 10, it's because the stuff is being left inside the bag. So you wanna take this stuff out, you wanna get it out, air it out, and let it dry. So right off the bat, we're gonna take the top of the bag, open that up. Obviously pull your pants out. If you have a pants hanger, hang these things up with a pants hanger. If not, throw them over a door, something like that, just to let them dry out both sides, front and back. And if you do halfway through the day, you got them hanging up there, flip them over if you've got them hanging over a door. But if not, if you just got them hanging on a hanger, just let them dry. Same thing with your jacket. Throw it on a hanger and let that stuff dry out. Socks. You got stinky socks after you're done riding. The one thing you do with these is put them in the laundry. Super easy. Do not re-wear your socks. You get stinky boots. It's from re-wearing socks, wearing dirty socks, and not having clean socks. Always wear a pair of clean socks. If you go on a trip and you're gonna be riding for 4 days, take 4 pairs of socks. Don't re-wear your socks, it's just gross. And then from there, we've got our first layer. For me, I always rock the Air Blaster Ninja Suit, which is a nice one piece from top to bottom. But same thing as your outerwear, you're gonna take that stuff and hang it to dry. And then when we get into the goggles and helmets, I actually just take my helmet and I basically take it out of the little bag that I store it in, and I just kind of set that with the inside up so that can air out. And then I actually take my gloves, same thing. I can actually set those on top of the helmet, and I don't want them going inside the helmet, but I kind of balance them on there just to make sure they dry out. Another good thing that I've found in the past too, that if you have one of those shoe racks that goes over your door that has like little hooks that go in where your shoes kind of slide on, putting gloves on those, they actually dry out super fast. And then your goggles, make sure to take them out of your goggle bag. Obviously this one's got a face mask. I do the same thing, take the face mask out, lay that thing out to dry. But definitely take your goggles and pull the straps out and just set those things up super easy, whether it's on the floor, on a counter, on your desk, wherever, but just set them up so they can dry from the inside and the outside. And then from there we go to the boots, and this is the #1 most important thing for you to let dry out. Now, your boots, those things can get stinkier than anything else. So we wanna make sure that we've got these things loosened up as much as possible. So whether you're just done riding, I always tighten up my boots. They fit inside my bag a little bit tighter, but just make sure that you got those laces nice and loose, pry the tongue, and make sure that you got those things opened up really big. If it was a wet day out, or if you're very sweaty, pull the liners out of your boot, but just set those things down. I always leave them right inside my bag, as the bottom of this bag's got a waterproof coating on it. But basically set those boots out and just let them air dry. If you got some of those electronic boot dryers, obviously those work really, really great too. But just having your boots open and out in the air really, really helps so they're ready to ride for the next day. So really, when it comes down to it, it's not brain surgery. Just get everything out and let it air out. When you get that moisture stuck inside any of your gear and you leave it kind of trapped in there, whether it's inside the bag or whether you just have your boots completely kind of balled up and laced up super, super tight, if that moisture can't get out, that's what starts to get your stuff stinky. And obviously also with the board, we're making sure that the edges aren't getting rusty, but it's pretty easy to take care of this stuff. Once everything dries, you can throw it right back in the bag and you're ready for your next trip to the mountain. If you got any questions about what we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions. We want to make sure we can get you into some rad gear, but most importantly, we want to make sure you can use it well too. Also make sure to like, subscribe, and definitely get that notification bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop. Grab yourself a bunch of new gear from peterglenn.com and get out and ride, because any day riding is a good day riding.